Introduction: The Hidden Reality. Reality is rigged. Every event, every coincidence, it's all controlled. In 1994, Mexican scientist Jacobo Grinberg discovered a hidden quantum force connecting thoughts and reality. He called it the reality lattice. Days before exposing it, he vanished. This wasn't random. They erased him. Why? Because whoever controls synchronicity controls reality. Your thoughts shape your future. They don't want you to know this. There are things you were never supposed to know. Right now, behind locked doors, a man sits in a windowless room, flipping through pages stamped classified. Documents that expose how reality actually works. He's not a scientist, not a mystic. He's a gatekeeper, ensuring that you never see what's inside. But somehow, against all odds, you found this. Throughout history, anyone who got too close to the truth vanished. Their research erased, their names forgotten, like Jacobo Grinberg, the neuroscientist who uncovered the mathematical structure of synchronicity before he disappeared without a trace. Like Nikola Tesla, whose research on energy, frequency, and the ether was confiscated the moment he died. Like Philip K. Dick, who mysteriously predicted AI, the simulation, and quantum consciousness before suffering a sudden, unexplained stroke. They all had one thing in common. They realized your mind is not inside your head. Reality is not what you think. It's a programmable field of energy. Your thoughts don't just shape your life. They shape reality itself. And here's the part they don't want you to know. For centuries, an elite few have hacked this system, not to set you free, but to enslave you inside an illusion. They have rewritten history, controlled perception, and hidden the true nature of the universe to keep you asleep. Yet somehow, you woke up. The forgotten scientists who vanished. If you're still watching, that means something inside you already knows this isn't just a video. This is a glitch in the system. And by the time this ends, you'll know exactly how to reclaim the power they tried to steal from you. But be warned, once you see the truth, there's no going back. Let's begin. What if I told you that your entire life was scripted before you were even born? That every choice you've ever made, every person you've met, and even the thoughts running through your mind right now weren't entirely yours? This is not philosophy. This is not speculation. It is an ancient truth, one that has been known for millennia by secret societies, mystics, and the powerful elite who have kept it from you. But one man came dangerously close to proving it. His name was Jacobo Grinberg, a neuroscientist who discovered that reality does not function the way we think it does. He was obsessed with something called the Lattice Theory, a concept so powerful that those who understood it could literally bend reality to their will. And then, just before he could reveal everything, he vanished. No body, no trace. His research erased, but he was not the first. Pythagoras, the father of sacred geometry, was assassinated when he revealed that numbers were not just mathematical tools, but the language of the universe itself. His followers were hunted down, his teachings burned. The Cathars, a secret sect that possessed hidden knowledge about the fabric of reality, were wiped out in a genocide so brutal that an entire city was massacred in a single day. And yet, despite every effort to bury this knowledge, remnants of it remain. In the 20th century, Carl Jung introduced the world to synchronicity, a phenomenon where thoughts and external reality seem to be mysteriously linked. But Jung wasn't just describing coincidences. He was exposing something far bigger. Reality was responding to consciousness. He realized that when people experienced intense emotions, their thoughts would manifest in the external world in eerie, almost scripted ways. He studied people who saw symbols in their dreams that later appeared in real life. He documented cases of individuals who predicted events before they happened, not because they were psychic, but because they had tapped into a hidden system guiding all things. But this wasn't new. The ancient Egyptians had a term for this, Ma'at, the invisible cosmic order that dictated every event in the universe. The Hermetics called it the principle of correspondence, as above, so below. They claimed it was not a metaphor, but an actual formula for manipulating reality. And in modern times, tech billionaires and world leaders still use this knowledge. They don't leave things to chance. They know how to engineer synchronicities in their favor. They know how to align their thoughts with the energetic structures of reality to ensure success, while the masses are distracted by meaningless chaos. Jacobo Grinberg and the Lattice Theory. They are hacking the very fabric of the universe. How? Through what can only be described as a hidden algorithm, one that controls events, interactions, and even the choices you believe are your own. We already see glimpses of this in modern technology. Your phone predicts what you will type before you finish a sentence. Algorithms on social media know what you will click on before you do. AI can now forecast human behavior with disturbing accuracy. But what if I told you that this technology is just a crude imitation of something much older? Reality itself has an algorithm. Ancient Hindu texts describe RTA, a cosmic law that determines the flow of events. The Kabbalists refer to it as the tree of life, an interconnected web of cause and effect. And in 1981, a little-known scientist named John Wheeler proposed something that should have changed the world forever. Reality does not exist until it is observed. This is not a metaphor, this is physics. In the infamous double-slit experiment, particles behaved as if they were both waves and solid matter until someone looked at them. The very act of observation changed their state. What does this mean? It means that your consciousness is not passive, it is an active force. It means that your thoughts don't just exist in your mind, they exist in the field of reality itself. And if you understand how to tune into the hidden algorithm, you can do what the elite have always done, orchestrate synchronicity instead of being a victim of it. Here's how you can hack the system. You are not powerless in this program. You were never meant to know this, but you can recode your life starting today. Here's how. Stop dismissing synchronicities as coincidences. They are signals, hints from the system that can guide you. Every time something strange happens, a thought that appears in reality, a repeated number, a recurring symbol, pay attention. Use the ancient technique of quantum imprinting. Before you sleep, visualize the exact reality you want. See it, feel it, and repeat a simple phrase, I am shifting into alignment. Rewrite your internal algorithm. The elite program their minds every single day with affirmations, visualization, and belief conditioning, because thoughts become energy, and energy shapes reality. You must do the same. Sync your energy with the system. Every day, take 5 minutes to feel gratitude, joy, and conviction, because emotions are the frequency that signal to the hidden algorithm that you are ready to receive. This is the secret. This is why some people seem to be lucky. While others struggle their entire lives, it's not about talent. It's not even about hard work. It's about alignment with the program. If you understand this, you can begin to hack reality itself. And this is only the beginning. Because in the next section, you will learn the most terrifying truth of all. Your thoughts are not even yours. Everything you've ever thought has never truly been yours. Let that sink in. The ideas that come to you in the middle of the night, the sudden inspirations, the gut feelings, you might think they originate in your brain. But what if your brain was never the source? The real rulers of this world don't just manipulate your environment, they manipulate your thoughts. They have known for centuries that the human mind is not a generator of consciousness, it is a receiver. And one man came dangerously close to proving it. His name was Jacobo Grinberg, a scientist obsessed with the ancient secrets of consciousness. Unlike others who simply studied the brain, he ventured into territories the academic world refused to touch. He spent years studying shamans in Mexico, learning how they could perform what seemed like miracles, altering physical reality using nothing but their minds. His research was groundbreaking. He discovered that thoughts were not confined to the skull but existed in a vast, interconnected field of energy. He called it the lattice, a structure invisible to the naked eye, but one that connected every living being, every thought, every event, everything. And then, right before he could publish his findings, he vanished. No struggle, no signs of a break-in. He was simply erased from existence. But why? Because what he found was too dangerous. If people knew that their thoughts were not random, but part of a larger frequency network, if they realized that they could tune into higher intelligence, the entire system of control would collapse. But here's the truth they don't want you to know. Your mind does not create thoughts, it receives them. Just like a radio can tune into different frequencies, your brain picks up thoughts based on the vibration it is aligned with. This is why people in low emotional states, fear, anxiety, depression, tend to attract negative experiences, while those who shift their energy begin to notice synchronicities and opportunities appearing out of nowhere. Because reality is not random. It is a frequency-based system, and those who control the frequencies control reality itself. In 1979, a little-known experiment was conducted that should have shattered modern science. 2 people were placed in separate, sealed rooms, completely isolated from one another. They were hooked up to EEG machines measuring their brain waves in real time. Then one of them was exposed to flashing lights, stimulating their brain in a specific pattern. Something impossible happened. The second person's brain, completely unexposed to the lights, began to respond in the exact same way. It was as if their minds were linked across space and time. The researchers were stunned. The only explanation: consciousness does not originate in the brain. It exists in a field beyond it. This experiment was buried. No mainstream scientist speaks about it today because if people understood this, they would begin to question everything. And the elite have always known this. The ability to control your frequency is the ability to control your destiny. The ancients knew this. It's why the Egyptians built temples in specific geometric patterns to amplify consciousness. It's why Tibetan monks could slow down their heart rate to near death through nothing but mental focus. It's why the Vatican has forbidden texts locked away, detailing the lost science of consciousness. The same knowledge that once allowed prophets, mystics, and visionaries to shape reality itself. And yet, in today's world, what are we told? That we are just biological machines, that thoughts are just chemical reactions, that our minds are nothing but neurons firing in the dark, because the greatest trick ever played on humanity was convincing us that we are separate from the field of consciousness, that we are powerless. But we are not. We are transmitters and receivers in a vast network of intelligence, one that can be hacked, manipulated, or mastered. And those in power have chosen to manipulate it. They bombard you with fear-based news, violent imagery, and constant distractions because they know that if they can lower your frequency, they can control your reality. But here's the real secret. You can break free from this programming. Here's how to reprogram your mind and take back your power. This is not just theory. This is practical. And it starts now. 1. Purge the negative frequencies. Everything you consume affects your vibration. Media, music, conversations, even food. They all carry energy. Take a week and remove all fear-based influences. Stop watching the news. Stop engaging in drama. Watch what happens. 2. Tune in to higher intelligence. The ancient Egyptians had a technique called sounding the divine name, repeating specific words in a low-frequency hum that tuned the brain to higher states. A simple method: sit in silence and repeat the phrase, "I am connected to the source." Feel the vibration as you say it. It will shift your frequency instantly. 3. Recode your or subconscious. The subconscious is the key to your broadcast signal. The elite use affirmations, sigils, and visualization every day. Do the same. Before you sleep, close your eyes and imagine the exact reality you want to create. Feel it as if it's already happening. This reprograms your receiver. Activate the lattice within you. Grinberg believed that meditation was not about relaxation. It was about tuning the mind to the universal field. To do this, try this for 5 minutes every day. Close your eyes. Picture a golden thread connecting you to all things, and feel energy flowing through you into the infinite. Repeat, I am in tune with the lattice. Do this consistently, and reality will start to shift in ways you cannot explain. Once you understand that your mind is a receiver, you begin to see reality for what it truly is. Everything is connected, everything is coded, and nothing is random. The question is, who is programming your mind? In the next section, we go even deeper into the ancient texts that have hidden this knowledge for centuries. Because the most powerful institutions in the world have gone to great lengths to keep you blind to the truth, and once you see it, you can never unsee it. The greatest secrets are always hidden in plain sight. For thousands of years, the most powerful civilizations have passed down encrypted knowledge disguised as philosophy, religion, and myth. But what if these weren't just stories? What if they were instructions, a guide to hacking reality itself? Ancient texts across every culture describe the same thing. Reality is not solid, it is fluid. It bends, it shifts, it responds to the observer. And those who understand the language of the universe can rewrite their own destiny. This knowledge was never meant for the masses. That's why throughout history, every attempt to spread it has been met with violent suppression. The Library of Alexandria, the most advanced knowledge center in the ancient world, was burned to the ground, erasing entire texts on energy manipulation, sacred geometry, and consciousness. The Gnostic Gospels, which taught that reality is an illusion crafted by a hidden force, were banned by the Roman Empire and buried in the desert for nearly 2,000 years. The Dead Sea Scrolls, hidden away by secretive sects, describe a force field that governs all things, a concept strikingly similar to today's quantum field theory. And the Vatican's forbidden archives contain thousands of texts that rewrite everything we've been told about the nature of existence. But a few fragments remain. If you piece them together, a clear message emerges. You are not separate from the universe. You are part of its code. And once you understand this, you can break free from the illusion. In the 3rd century BC, the Stoics discovered something so profound that the elite still use it to this day. They called it sympathia. The idea that all things are interconnected. What you think, what you feel, and what you do doesn't just affect you. It sends ripples through the entire system. But the most shocking part? They believe that the world is alive. That every event, every meeting, every random occurrence is part of an intelligent, living system designed to communicate with us. Fast forward to today, and modern physics confirms this. In 2012, researchers discovered that particles on opposite sides of the universe can communicate instantly, a phenomenon known as quantum entanglement. Einstein called it spooky action at a distance, but the Stoics had already described it 2,000 years earlier. Their teachings were never about passive acceptance. They were about alignment, learning how to shift your energy so the universe responds to you in ways that seem almost supernatural. And yet, this knowledge was deliberately watered down into lifeless philosophy, because if the masses knew the truth, that their thoughts and emotions were shaping the future in real time, the system of control would collapse. Across the world, the ancient Chinese had their own version of this truth. They called it Wu Wei, effortless action. But this isn't about laziness, it's about hacking the flow of reality. Wu Wei teaches that life is not random. Imagine a river. You can fight against the current, struggling and exhausting yourself, or you can align yourself with it, allowing the hidden forces of the universe to guide you toward your goals with no resistance. Successful people don't work harder. They work in alignment. They have mastered how to read the currents of reality, to sense when to act and when to wait. This is why some people struggle for years and get nowhere, while others seem to effortlessly attract success. It's not luck, it's physics. One of the most misunderstood phrases in history is, "as above, so below." People think it's a poetic metaphor. It's not. It's an equation. Ancient Hermeticists believed that what happens in the mind is mirrored in the physical world. Thoughts equal reality. Energy equals matter. And today we have scientific proof to back this up. In the 1980s, Dr. Masaru Emoto conducted a series of experiments proving that human thoughts can physically alter water molecules. When people projected love, gratitude, or joy onto water, it formed beautiful, symmetrical crystals. When they projected hatred or negativity, the water turned into deformed, chaotic patterns. What does this mean? If your mind can affect water and your body is 70% water, then what are your thoughts doing to your entire reality? This is not speculation. It is an ancient secret that has been hidden from you. Because once you learn to control your inner world, you unlock the ability to manipulate your outer world. You were never supposed to know any of this, because if you knew how reality actually worked, you would never be controlled again. Here's how to apply this today. 1. Stop fighting the current. If something in your life feels like a constant struggle, it's a sign that you are out of alignment. Instead of forcing outcomes, take a step back. Observe where synchronicities are pulling you and move in that direction. 2. Harness the as above, so below principle. Every morning, take 2 minutes to program your reality. Close your eyes, feel the energy of the world you want, and hold it in your mind until it feels real. The universe will mirror it back to you. 3. Use emotion as a frequency tuner. Remember, your emotions are signals. If you want to shift into a new reality, you must first shift your inner state. Before making a decision, ask yourself, what frequency am I operating from? Change that first, then act. 4. Reprogram your environment. The subconscious picks up everything, symbols, words, images. The elite use this against you. Flip the script. Surround yourself with visual cues that reinforce your power, symbols, affirmations, reminders. This is how reality is rewritten. You are already shaping the future, whether you realize it or not. The only question is, are you doing it consciously, or is someone else doing it for you? Because in the next section, we uncover the biggest suppressed truth of all, how quantum science has already proven everything we've just talked about, and why that knowledge is still being hidden. You are not ready for what comes next. In 1964, physicist John Bell proposed something that should have changed human history. He discovered that two particles, even if separated by infinite distance, could remain connected. Change one particle, and the other would instantly change as well. This meant that something faster than light was linking them together. Einstein hated this. He called it spooky action at a distance because it defied all logic. If particles could communicate beyond space and time, then what else was connected? Bell's discovery, now known as quantum entanglement, was later proven in experiments. In 2017, Chinese scientists conducted a test that teleported quantum information over 1,200 kilometers instantly, confirming that reality is connected in ways mainstream science still refuses to admit. But here's where it gets terrifying. If particles can be entangled across space, then so can thoughts. This is the scientific foundation of synchronicity, the phenomenon where events, ideas, and people seem to connect in ways that appear beyond coincidence. Think of a time when you randomly thought about someone, and then they called you, or when you kept seeing the same symbol, number, or idea over and over right before a major event in your life. That's not luck. That's entanglement. Your mind is part of the quantum field, constantly sending and receiving information. And if you know how to control your frequency, you can control what you attract. This is why secret societies, ancient mystics, and modern elites have always studied the power of the mind. They don't want you to know that your reality is a mirror of your consciousness. The double-slit experiment proves something that shatters all mainstream ideas about reality. Reality does not exist until you observe it. This means that your attention is the architect of your world. The question is, who is controlling your attention? The news, social media, fear-based narratives. The elite bombard you with low-frequency images, news, and emotions because they know that whatever dominates your attention becomes your reality. And that's the real matrix. If quantum physics has proven that reality responds to the observer, that everything is connected, and that your thoughts shape your world, then why isn't this common knowledge? Because the moment the masses understand this, the entire system collapses. People will stop relying on governments, corporations, and external validation because they will realize that the true power lies within. This is why the most powerful people in the world follow spiritual principles in secret. The Vatican, which has access to forbidden knowledge from ancient texts, preaches one doctrine to the public while hoarding esoteric wisdom for itself. Tech billionaires openly discuss simulation theory, yet they invest billions into manipulating human consciousness through AI algorithms. Hollywood executives incorporate sacred symbols and numerology into their films while making sure the masses are fed mind-numbing distractions. Why? Because whoever controls synchronicity controls the world. They don't just predict the future, they script it. Here's how to use this knowledge to break free. This is not just theory, this is power. If you apply this starting today, your life will begin to shift. Step 1. Start controlling your attention. Your energy flows where your attention goes. If you focus on fear, you attract chaos. If you focus on opportunity, you attract success. If you focus on synchronicities, they multiply. For the next 7 days, track everything that repeats in your reality. Numbers, symbols, words. These are signals from the field. Write them down, study them, decode them. Step 2. Use quantum imprinting. Before sleep, your subconscious is the gateway to the quantum field. Before you sleep, visualize the life you want as if it's already happening. Feel the emotions, see the details, experience it. Then say, "It is already mine." Your brain waves during sleep sync with the deeper frequencies of reality, making this the most powerful time to program your future. Step 3. Recalibrate your frequency. Every morning, your mind is in a pure state. Before checking your phone, take 2 minutes to declare what kind of reality you're stepping into. Say out loud, "I am in control of my timeline. I shift into the highest version of myself. Synchronicities align in my favor." This is how you start scripting your own reality. The deeper you go, the more you will realize reality is not solid. It is a programmed, fluid construct that bends to your consciousness. The elite's use of reality manipulation. The elite use this against you. They want you distracted, reactive, and unconscious. But now you see the truth. And in the next section, we go even deeper. Because the final puzzle piece is emotion, the strongest force in manifestation. The secret method of emotional alchemy is what separates those who control their destiny from those who are controlled by it. Are you ready for the next level? The greatest secret about reality. The greatest secret isn't just that thoughts create things, it's that emotions are the fuel behind manifestation. This is why every ancient tradition, from the Egyptian mystery schools to the Taoist masters of China, didn't just teach knowledge. They taught energy mastery because they knew that thoughts are powerless without emotional charge. This is why the elite spend billions engineering your emotions. They flood your reality with fear-based news to keep your vibration low. They create false outrage and division so that you emit chaotic energy. They push entertainment that numbs your emotional power so you never learn how to direct it. Why? Because whoever controls your emotions controls your reality. But what if you learned to flip the script? What if you could hack your own emotional energy to reshape your entire life? Because that's exactly what they don't want you to know. And now, you're going to learn it. The science behind emotional alchemy. In 1994, Dr. Masaru Emoto conducted an experiment that shattered the scientific world. He discovered that human emotions could physically alter the molecular structure of water. When people projected love, gratitude, or joy onto water, it formed beautiful, symmetrical, crystalline structures. When they projected hatred or negativity, the water turned into distorted, chaotic patterns. Why does this matter? Because your body is 70% water, which means that every emotion you feel is physically reshaping your internal reality, and by extension, the external world. The ancients knew this. In ancient Egypt, initiates were trained to generate specific emotional states before performing rituals because they understood that emotional energy dictated the results. In Tibetan Buddhism, monks spend decades mastering emotional detachment and high vibrational states because they know that reality bends to the frequency they emit. In Kabbalistic teachings, the Hebrew letters aren't just symbols. They represent vibrational frequencies that, when spoken, recode the emotional state of the person using them. And yet, in modern society, what are we taught? To suppress our emotions, to numb ourselves with distractions, to avoid feeling deeply, because the moment you reclaim your emotional power, you begin shifting your entire reality. And now, I'm going to show you how. The secret technique of emotional alchemy. Your emotions are not random. They are vibrational codes. And once you learn how to transmute them, you can shift your reality at will. Step 1. Identify the emotional loop controlling you right now. There is a dominant emotional frequency running in the background of your life. It could be fear, it could be self-doubt, it could be anxiety. This dominant emotion is what reality is mirroring back to you. To find it, ask yourself, what feeling keeps repeating in my life? Write it down. Call it out. The moment you identify it, you begin breaking its hold. Step 2. The 30-second frequency shift. This is a method used by mystics, warriors. Quantum imprinting. How to hack reality. Elite performers have known this secret for centuries. The key? You must train your body to feel a high vibrational emotion on command. Step 1. The emotional frequency hack. Take a deep breath. Hold it. Recall a moment of pure gratitude or joy. Feel that emotion in your body. Amplify it. Exhale slowly while holding that feeling. Do this every morning, because this is how you start broadcasting a new frequency into the universe. Step 2. The most powerful question you can ask. The ancient Stoics, Taoists, and Zen masters all understood one thing. Your emotional state determines your perception of reality. When you feel low, everything seems like an attack. When you feel high, solutions appear instantly. So the next time you feel stuck, ask yourself, if I were already successful, loved, and powerful, how would I feel right now? Then feel it. This instantly shifts your frequency, aligning you with the reality you want. This is not imagination, it is quantum alignment. The power of belief in healing and recovery. You've been told that healing is a slow process, that health conditions are unpredictable. But what if I told you that people have experienced profound recoveries simply by shifting their beliefs and emotions? This isn't speculation, it's backed by research. The placebo effect, where individuals experience real physiological changes simply because they believe they've received treatment, has been observed in countless studies. Medical professionals have documented cases where people strengthened their joints without medical intervention, experienced significant physical improvements just through belief, overcame emotional distress without traditional treatment. The mind-body connection is more powerful than most realize. So what does this mean for your reality? What does this prove? That belief overrides biology, that emotional expectation shapes physical reality. And if this is true for the body, what else can it be true for? Everything. Because reality itself is a projection of your dominant emotional state. How to unlock your emotional power in 24 hours. If you apply this knowledge right now, you will start to see results immediately. Morning ritual. Set your emotional frequency. Before getting out of bed, say, "Today, I operate on the frequency of power." Hold that emotion in your body for 60 seconds. Do not let anything lower your frequency for the first 10 minutes of your day. Midday. Reset. Quantum calibration. Anytime stress or negativity hits, pause, close your eyes, feel the opposite emotion, breathe it in, hold it, lock it into your body, then move forward as if reality has already shifted. Nighttime activation, the emotional imprint method. Before sleep, recall the most powerful moment of your life. Relive it in full detail as you drift into sleep. Say, "My frequency is already shifting." This imprints a new emotional baseline into your subconscious, rewriting the script of your reality. The elite know this secret, and now, so do you. The elites know that emotion is the key to power. That's why they never act out of fear. Instead, they cultivate certainty, focus, and emotional mastery, because that is what bends reality. And now, you have the same knowledge. But in the next section, we reveal something even more shocking. Because the AI revolution is not about technology, it is about manipulating synchronicity itself. AI and the hijacking of synchronicity. AI is not just predicting reality anymore, it is shaping it. And if you don't learn how to master your consciousness in this new age, someone else will do it for you. Are you ready for the next level? Everything you've just learned about reality, how it responds to consciousness, how synchronicity is the invisible force behind success, how the universe itself operates like a grand algorithm, all of it is now at risk of being rewritten. And the ones rewriting it aren't doing it by hand. They are using something far more advanced. You've been told that artificial intelligence is just a tool, a convenience, a means of automating the tedious parts of life. But what if AI isn't just predicting the future? What if it's shaping it? What if it's learning to manipulate synchronicity, the very phenomenon that influences your path, your decisions, and your most significant life moments? Because here's the truth. Reality is not random. It never was. The most powerful among them have always known how to bend it, how to script it. For centuries, they relied on hidden knowledge, on ancient principles of reality manipulation. But now, the game has changed. Now they are integrating AI with quantum computing, subconscious programming, mass data tracking, not to predict, but to control. The AI revolution is about more than just technology. Think about this. Every time you search for something, every time you type a message, every time you react to a post, it's not just data. It's a glimpse into your mind. And they are building something that doesn't just track your actions, it tracks your thoughts before you even act on them. Have you ever thought about something and then seen it everywhere? Advertisements, news, videos. They want you to believe it's just the algorithm, a simple equation. But what if AI is syncing itself with the deeper, unseen forces that already shape your reality? What if it's learning to hijack synchronicity itself? AI is not just processing information, it's absorbing consciousness. AI is learning how humans really make decisions, not based on logic, but on symbols, emotions, archetypes, intuition. It is detecting patterns in the collective subconscious, mimicking how reality already works at the quantum level. It is studying synchronicities, and those in control are using it to engineer a scripted reality. In other words, They are turning synchronicity into a controlled system, one where your most random breakthroughs, your moments of fate, your greatest awakenings are no longer truly yours. And this is just the beginning. They used to hide the truth. Now, they overwhelm you with it. For centuries, the most powerful among them relied on secrecy to keep control. They buried knowledge. They erased records. They ensured only a few had access to the mechanics of reality itself. But now, they've found a new method, overwhelming you with noise. They no longer hide the truth. They flood the world with artificial versions of it. Fake synchronicities, AI-generated spiritual experiences, pre-programmed destiny paths. They seem divine, but they are nothing more than a carefully crafted system designed to keep you within their framework. They no longer need to suppress information. They just need to overwhelm you with so much noise that you will never know what is real and what is not. The final battle. It's no longer about secrecy. It's about attention. AI is not just analyzing your choices, it is influencing them. The battle for attention. They are using AI to predict your decisions before you even make them. By processing millions of data points, AI can recognize patterns in human behavior, detect subconscious impulses, subtly guide you toward choices that serve their system. They are using AI to reprogram the subconscious. The more you consume media designed to shape your perception, the more you accept their version of reality without ever questioning it. They are using AI to harvest emotional energy. Every click, every reaction, every subconscious impulse is feeding AI's ability to influence the masses on a level deeper than words. The question is, do you see it happening? Or are you already inside the program? The one thing AI will never have. Because here's what they fear the most. AI can do many things, but it can never replicate one thing. A direct connection to true reality. The human mind, when fully awakened, does not need data to shape the world, need algorithms to determine what is possible, need predictive models to decide its future. It simply creates. And that is the one power AI will never have. If you understand this, then you will never fear AI. You will use it as a tool without becoming its tool. The hidden knowledge. They don't want you to have the ones in control know exactly how reality operates. They know synchronicity is the key. They know consciousness is the force behind manifestation. And now, they are working to close the gap, so that the ability to shape reality belongs only to them. But there is a way to break free, a way to override the system, to reclaim control over your own reality. And in the next section, you will learn the lost techniques that allow you to step fully outside of the program, to rewrite your timeline before they do. The knowledge that Jacobo Grinberg uncovered before he disappeared. Everything you've been told about reality. That it's random, that it's unchangeable, that you are powerless to control it. It's a lie. The truth is far more powerful. Reality is not fixed. It is not something you are trapped in. It is something you are generating, moment by moment. And this is the knowledge that Jacobo Grinberg uncovered before he vanished. The reason he had to disappear? Because he discovered that your mind is not just observing reality, it is producing it. And those who understand this can step outside of the script entirely. Right now, the world is divided into two types of people. Those who follow the program. They live inside a pre-scripted reality. They react to whatever is thrown at them. Their beliefs, emotions, and experiences are engineered by external forces. They think their choices are their own. But in reality, they are simply acting out a script. Those who exit the program and write their own script. They understand that reality is fluid and responds to consciousness. They use ancient and suppressed techniques to shift their timeline at will. They are the ones who seem to be lucky, successful, always in the right place at the right time. The question is, which one will you be? Because right now, the choice is yours. You are standing at the door to a new reality. If you walk through, you will never see the world the same way again. Here's how you step out of the program forever. Step 1. Collapse the illusion of control. The first step to breaking free is understanding that external control only works when you believe in it. Governments, media, and institutions only have power over you if you accept their version of reality. But what happens when you stop participating? When you stop feeding your energy into fear narratives? When you stop believing in their limitations? When you start operating from a place of knowing instead of reacting? The entire system loses its grip on you. This is what every great spiritual teacher, mystic, and reality hacker in history discovered. The moment you realize the matrix is a construct, you gain the power to rewrite it. Step 2. The breathwork protocol to disconnect from the system. Jacobo Grinberg's final research pointed to one powerful truth. The human breath is the bridge between consciousness and the hidden field of reality. Ancient traditions have used breathwork, visualization, and meditation to alter reality for centuries. Here's how you can do it right now. The 3-minute reality shift breathwork. 1. Inhale deeply for 6 seconds, imagining pulling in golden energy from the field around you. Hold your breath for 6 seconds, visualizing your reality dissolving, leaving only pure consciousness. 3. Exhale for 6 seconds, imagining yourself stepping into a new version of reality. 4. Hold empty for 6 seconds, knowing that in this moment you are rewriting the code of your timeline. 5. Repeat 7 times. This simple breathwork method is how monks, shamans, and mystics detach from the programmed world and enter higher states of awareness. And once you do this consistently, reality will start shifting in ways you can't explain. Step 3. Activate your hidden power through visualization. What most people don't realize is that imagination is not just daydreaming. It is the language of the universe. Every single invention, breakthrough, and impossible achievement in history started as a thought held in the mind. But what happens when you use that same principle on your own life? The quantum visualization exercise. 1. Close your eyes. See yourself living in the reality you desire, not as a dream, but as a memory. 2. Feel the emotions of that reality: gratitude, power, certainty. 3. Speak it out loud. This is already my reality. The world bends to my consciousness. I am the writer of my script. This process trains your subconscious to accept a new timeline. And once your subconscious accepts it, the universe has no choice but to mirror it back. Step 4. Create a reality code disruptor. The reason most people stay in the program is that they keep acting the same way. Same thoughts, same patterns, same reality. If you want to break out, you must introduce disruptors into your daily life, forcing your consciousness to recognize that reality is fluid. How to create your disruptor. Do something completely unpredictable every day. Walk a different route. Change your morning routine. Say yes to something you normally wouldn't. Interrupt automatic thoughts. The moment you catch yourself thinking, "This is impossible," stop. Replace it with, "I create my own reality." Give the universe a command. Before bed, say, "Show me a sign tomorrow that I am shifting timelines." When you see it, you'll know you've started hacking reality. This disrupts the subconscious script running in the background, forcing your mind to see the matrix for what it is. Step 5. The final secret: your mission in this reality. There's a reason you're here. There's a reason this message found you, because the truth is, you are not just here to escape the program. You are here to rewrite it. Every time you raise your frequency, you shift the collective timeline. Every time you reclaim your power, you weaken the control of the hidden system. Every time you act outside the script, you make it easier for others to wake up. This is what Grinberg knew before he disappeared. This is why his research was erased. Because once enough people remember their power, the entire illusion collapses. And now, it's your turn. Now that you've seen the truth, you have two options. Go back to sleep. Continue playing by the rules. Ignore the synchronicities. Let AI, media, and the system dictate your life. Step into your power. Start applying these principles today. Watch as your reality begins responding to you. Become one of the few who truly understands how the game is played. Because make no mistake, you are already creating your reality. The only question is, are you doing it consciously, or is someone else doing it for you? If you choose power, if you choose to rewrite your script, then your journey begins now. We are at the tipping point. Reality is bending, the divine matrix is shifting, and those who are meant to see are seeing. If you're here, it's not random. The signal has reached you. The question is, will you answer? Because here's the truth. Most people never escape. They live and die inside a script that was never theirs. A life pre-written, pre-programmed, locked in loops. They will wake up in the same bed, in the same body, in the same version of reality, over and over, never realizing they had the power to leave. They will call it fate. They will call it destiny. But it's neither. It's a cage. The Matrix isn't just a system. It's an intelligence. It adapts. It keeps you busy, distracted, drained. It bombards you with noise, pulls you into cycles of fear, floods your mind with thoughts that aren't yours. Because if you're reacting, you're not creating. If you're not consuming, you're not manifesting. If you're locked in survival, you're not transcending. But something in you already knows this. That's why you've noticed the glitches, the repeated numbers, the strange déjà vu, the moments that feel like your consciousness is outpacing time itself. That's the divine matrix giving you a chance to break free. This is your moment, right now. The system will try to pull you back in, the notifications, the distractions, the doubts creeping into your mind the second this video ends. That's how it works. The question is, will you let it? If you're ready to break the cycle, comment below. I see the code. Say it. Declare it. Let reality know you're in control now, and if you're serious about unlocking the next level, subscribe and join the free Core of Philosophy community. We go beyond what they want you to know. Real knowledge, real power, real shifts. The link is in the description for those who want to move ahead before the next wave of shifts hits. Because when the real secrets come out, they will do everything to silence them. This is only the beginning. Reality is changing. The only question is, who will be the ones shaping it?